Welcome back to my channel, The Real Queen of Fertility 33, and I'm here with some more childhood stories, okay? My sons wanted me to do these, so I am. This one is titled The Three Little Pigs. The story of the Three Little Pigs featured here have been adapted from different sources and from childhood memory. The primary sources are English fairy tales retold by Flora Annie Steele with illustration by Leslie Brooks from the 1904 version. The story is featuring our favorite fairy tales and children's stories. Yep. Okay. Once upon a time, there was an old mother pig who had three little pigs and not enough food to feed them. So when they were old enough, she sent them out into the world to seek their fortunes. The first little pig was very lazy. He didn't want to work at all, and he built his house out of straw. The second little pig worked a little bit harder but was somewhat lazy too, and he built his house out of sticks. Then they sang, they danced, and played together the rest of the day. The third little pig worked hard all day and built his house with bricks. It was a sturdy house complete with a fine fireplace and chimney. It looked like it could withstand the strongest winds. The next day, a wolf happened to pass by the lane where the three little pigs lived, and he saw the straw house, and he smelled the pigs inside. He thought the pig would make a mighty fine meal, and his mouth began to water. So he knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me in, let me in." But the little pig saw the wolf's big paw through the keyhole, so he answered back, "No, no, no, not by the hairs on my shinny, shinny, shin." Then the wolf showed his teeth and said, "Then I huff and I puff and I blow your house down." So he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. The wolf opened his jaws very wide and bit down as hard as he could. But the first little pig escaped and ran away to hide with the second little pig. The wolf continued down the lane, and he passed by the second house made of sticks, and he saw the house, and he smelled the pigs inside, and his mouth began to water as he thought about the fine dinner they would make. So he knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me in, let me in." But the little pig saw the wolf point his ears through the keyhole, so they answered back, "No, no, no, not by the hairs on my shinny, shinny, shin, or our shinny, shinny, shin." So the wolf showed his teeth and said, "Then I huff and I puff and I blow your house down." So he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. The wolf was greedy and he tried to catch both pigs at once, but he was too greedy and got neither. His big jaws clamped down on nothing but air, and the two little pigs scrambled away as fast as their little hooves would carry them. The wolf chased them down the lane and he almost caught them, but they made it to the brick house and slammed the door closed before the wolf could catch them. The three little pigs that they were very frightened. They knew the wolf wanted to eat them. They were very, very cruel. The wolf hasn't eaten all day. He had withered but large appetite, chasing the pigs around, and now he could smell all three of them inside, and he knew that the three little pigs would make a lovely feast. So the wolf knocked on the door and said, little pig, let me in, let me in." But the little pig saw the wolf's narrow eyes through the keyhole, so they answered back, "No, no, no, not by the hair on our shinny, shinny, shin." So the wolf showed his teeth and said, "Then I huff and I puff and I blow your house down." Where he huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he huffed and he huffed and he puffed, we could not blow the house down. At last, he was so out of breath that he couldn't huff and he couldn't puff anymore. So he stopped to rest and thought a bit. But it was too much. The wolf danced about with raging sword. He would come down the chimney and eat up the little pig for his supper. But while he was climbing onto the roof, the little pig made up a blazing fire and put on a big pot full of water to boil them. Then, just as the wolf was coming down the chimney, the little pig pulled off the lid and plopped and fell the wolf into the scalding water. So the little piggy put on the cover again, boiled the wolf up, and the three little pigs ate him for supper. And that's the story of the three little pigs, okay? I just got to my daughter's house because her house was a brick, okay? Some regarding that, okay? But, you know, enjoy.